I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carroll.
Present.
Ms. Chambers.
Here.
Mr. Wynn.
Here.
Ms. Kemper. Ms. Wingo.
Here.
Mr. Osborne.
Here.
We have a quorum.
First is approval of the minutes of the special meeting, April 16th, 2024. Is there a motion to approve? Mr. Carroll?
Second.
Ms. Wingo? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is minutes of the special meeting of May 1st, 2024. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Mr. Wynn?
Second.
Second, Ms. Wingo. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to do quite a few proclamations tonight, and we're going to defer some photo ops till tomorrow for some of these. So the first one that we're going to read is a proclamation honoring our police. Whereas the men and women of the Florence Police Department serve as guardians of our community, exhibiting dedication, courage, and sacrifice in their service to the community, often facing danger and adversity to protect and serve. And whereas in 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week, in honor of those law enforcement officers who, through their courageous deeds, have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community or have become disabled in the performance of their duty. And whereas Police Week is a time to recognize and honor the dedicated service and sacrifices of law enforcement officers who tirelessly work to preserve peace, protect the rights of individuals and their property, prevent crime, and provide vital assistance to those in need. And whereas the Florence Police Department, through their commitment to public safety and community partnership, embodies the core values of respect, compassion, and dedication to improving the quality of life of our residents. And whereas during Police Week, we express our gratitude to the Florence Police Department and all law enforcement officers for their tireless commitment to duty, their courage in the face of danger, their dedication to the principles of justice, equality, and service. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Julie Aubuchon, Mayor of the City of Florence, and on behalf of the members of Florence City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 12th through the 18th, 2024 as Police Week, and May 15th, 2024 as Peace Officer Memorial Day in our city, and call upon all residents to join me in honoring and thanking the Florence Police Department for their outstanding service, sacrifice, and commitment to the safety and well-being of our community. Congratulations to our police. Next is a proclamation recognizing our public services employees. Whereas the City of Florence recognizes the vital role of public works services in ensuring the health, safety, and quality of life for all residents. And whereas the Public Services Department has demonstrated exemplary dedication and commitment to serving the community with integrity, professionalism, and excellence. And whereas the diligent efforts of the Florence Public Services Department have significantly contributed to the enhancement and maintenance of essential infrastructure, including roads, bridges, utilities, parks, and public spaces. And whereas the skilled and tireless workforce of the Florence Public Services Department consistently goes above and beyond to respond to emergencies, maintain cleanliness, and provide essential services that enrich the lives of residents and visitors alike. And whereas the year 2024 marks the 64th annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Julie Abishon, Mayor of the City of Florence, and on behalf of the Florence City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2024, as National Public Works Week, and further extend appreciation to the City of Florence Public Services Department, and acknowledge and celebrate the invaluable contributions of public works professionals and recognize their unwavering dedication to the betterment of our community. Congratulations to our public services. And next, don't want to leave anybody out. Whereas Emergency Medical Services Week, observed annually from May 19th to the 25th, is a time to recognize and celebrate the extraordinary contributions of EMS personnel to our community. And whereas the theme for the 50th anniversary for EMS Week is EMS Week honoring our past, forging our future, highlights the rich history and promising future of EMS and delivering life-saving care to those in need. And whereas the City of Florence is proud to honor the dedicated men and women of the Florence Fire EMS Department who exemplify the highest standards of professionalism, compassion, and service in providing emergency medical care to our residents and visitors. And whereas EMS Week provides an opportunity to acknowledge the pivotal role of EMS providers in safeguarding public health and safety, often at great personal sacrifice and risk. And whereas the City of Florence recognizes the importance of raising awareness about the critical role of EMS in our community and expresses gratitude for their unwavering dedication to excellence in pre-hospital emergency care. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Julie Abishon, Mayor of the City of Florence, and on behalf of the members of Florence City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th as Emergency Medical Services Week in our city, and honor the members of the Florence Fire EMS Department for their exemplary service, selflessness, and commitment to protecting and enhancing the well-being of our citizens. Congratulations. And since we have a lot of y'all here, I'm going to have you come up front. We're going to do a photo op. So anyone that's on our fire and EMS, if you could come right up in front here. Chief?
Don't be shy. Woo-hoo, Danielle.
Get cozy.
It's Linda. I haven't seen Linda in weeks.
They're running out the door.
All right, the next item on the agenda might have something to do with why all these personnel are here with us today. Chief Wren, if you could go ahead and introduce some of those folks in your department who will be promoted and sworn in tonight.
Or is it on? I don't think it's on. No.
Try it now. There you go.
Thank you, Mayor Abishon, members of council. Over the past couple of months, we've went through a strenuous process of assessment centers, written tests, and interviews. And the folks coming up tonight are the folks that have slightly risen above. It's been a very, very tight, competitive process, and these decisions are really tough. So these folks tonight are at the end of the journey finally, and very deserving of what's going to happen here tonight. First off, I'd like to bring up Battalion Chief Bourne. Battalion Chief Ryan Bourne is now promoted to the position of the Assistant Chief of the Florence Fire and EMS Department. Assistant Chief Bourne has been with Florence Fire and EMS for 17 and a half years and is being promoted from the A-Shift Battalion Chief's position. Assistant Chief Bourne is joined by Angela, Brecken, Callahan, Colin, and Dad Gene.
All right, I'm going to try this. Hopefully I don't lose my paper. Okay. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky as long as you remain a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability the office of Assistant Fire EMS Chief for the City of Florence, according to law, and do you further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the Constitution, that you being a citizen of this state have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second to any person thus offending, so help you God. Congratulations.
And I should have stated up front that the promotions that are in process now are due to the retirement of Chief Black. Next up, if Miss Danielle Steiner would join me. Danielle is one of the newest members to our department. Danielle comes to us from the St. Elizabeth Healthcare System. She has been the EMS coordinator there and been involved with fire and EMS for the last 18 years. So this is a step in Florence Fire and EMS, taking the EMS side of our business to another level. So Battalion Chief Steiner is joined by John, Alex, our dad Guy, and Mom Debbie. Congratulations, Danielle.
Danielle, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear? I forget it already. Sorry. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as you remain a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability the office of Fire EMS Battalion Chief for the City of Florence, Kentucky, according to law? And do you further solemnly swear, since the adoption of the present Constitution, that you have not fought a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided any person thus offending, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All this duel fighting. And then we have, Danielle has to sign with Melissa. She's coming.
So next up, Captain Joey Markham promoted to the position of A-Shift Battalion Chief. Battalion Chief Markham has been with Florence Fire and EMS for 16 years and is being promoted from the C-Shift Station 1 Captain's position. Battalion Chief Markham is joined by Shannon, Presley, Jameson, Dad Tony, Mom Rhonda, Stepdad Tony, and Sister Bobby Joe.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as you remain a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability the office of Fire EMS Battalion Chief of the City of Florence Fire EMS Department, and that you, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying out a challenge or assisted any person thus offending. So help you God. Congratulations.
Next up, Lieutenant McNamara. Lieutenant McNamara is being promoted to the position of Fire and EMS Captain. Captain McNamara has been with Florence Fire and EMS for 7 years and is being promoted from the C-Shift Station 2 Lieutenant's position. Captain McNamara is joined by Andrea, James, Gabriel, and Timothy.
I'll try to get it right this time. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as you are a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability the office of Fire EMS Captain for the Florence Fire EMS Department according to law, and that do you further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution that you have not fought a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. So help you God. Congratulations.
Next up, firefighter Jimmy Rose is being promoted to the position of Fire and EMS Lieutenant. Lieutenant Rose has been with Florence Fire and EMS for 15 years as a volunteer and 6 years full-time. Lieutenant Rose is being promoted from a B-Shift Station 1 firefighter's position. Lieutenant Rose is joined by Lori, Reagan, Bryson, Dad Tim, Mother Joan, Brother JT, and his in-laws, Mark and Dixie.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as you remain a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability the office of Fire and EMS Lieutenant for the City of Florence Fire and EMS Department, according to law? And do you further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, that you, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight with a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. So help you God. Congratulations.
Would anyone like to pin their family member? Please come on up and do so. If anyone would like to pin their family member, please do.
Let's maybe come on this way a little bit.
Chief Black, you see what happens when you retire. You know, lots of opportunity. Yes. We can do it. We can do it now. We're going to move a proclamation up on the agenda here. Okay. Tonight we have the privilege of recognizing ALS Month with a special guest in the audience. We are honored to welcome Ray Townsend, a resident of Florence, along with his wife Marcia and their family. Mr. Townsend has reached out to Councilmember Wingo to raise awareness about the devastating impact of ALS, a cause deeply personal to them. This is also a disease that affected one of our council members, Mr. Mike Apgar, and it is how Ms. Wingo joined this body. Mr. Apgar resigned as the disease ALS progressed, and he stepped down from council, and Councilmember Wingo stepped up to fill his seat on this council. So this is a disease that unfortunately we know a little bit about. Interestingly enough, Mr. Apgar's grandson is now one of my son's buddies on soccer and baseball team at St. Henry. So it does come full circle. And this is a disease that does have a devastating impact. And so we do want to pause, and we do want to reflect on those folks who are suffering from this, and we want to recognize their efforts, and we want to support the fight against this disease. So we are proud to proclaim May as ALS Month in the city. So I'd like to read the proclamation. Whereas amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, known as Lou Gehrig's disease and ALS, is a progressively fatal neurodegenerative disease in which a person's brain loses connection with the muscles, slowly taking away their ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe. And whereas there is no cure for ALS, and on average, patients diagnosed with ALS only survive 2 to 5 years from the time of diagnosis. And whereas securing access to new therapies, durable medical equipment, and communication technologies is of vital importance to people living with ALS. And whereas we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Ice Bucket Challenge through a renewed commitment to galvanize public awareness and support funding leading to significant investments in ALS research. And whereas ALS Awareness Month increases public awareness of people with ALS's dire circumstances and acknowledges the terrible impact this disease has not only on the person, but on their family, also on the community, and recognizes the research being done to eradicate this disease. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Julie Aubuchon, Mayor of the City of Florence, and on behalf of the members of Florence City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as ALS Awareness Month and call upon all Americans to join in supporting ALS research, advocating for increased funding, and standing in solidarity with those affected by this relentless disease. And I'd like to make this proclamation deliver this proclamation to Mr. Townsend at this time. At this time, I'd call forward Kevin Costello, Executive Director of the Boone County Planning Commission, to present the Boone County Planning Commission's budget for the 2024-25 fiscal year.
here tonight. I'm here representing the Planning Commission. Typically, I come before the council, present our requests for fiscal year 2024, 2025. So you should have a packet in front of you that summarizes, gives you a lot of information about some of the trends we're seeing in terms of development. Some of the work items that we've been working on this fiscal year, the current, as well as what's planned for the next fiscal year. So, and then there's information for some trends in the past 5 years in terms of development reviews, et cetera. So our budget for the proposed budget is only $50,000 more than last year, or the current year. I'm sorry, $57,000 more. So the total budget for next year is $2,363,000. And then obviously we're requesting $421,949 from the city of Florence, and that's roughly almost $11,800 more compared to the current fiscal year. And that's about a 2.8% increase compared to previous year. In your packet, there's information, the types of things that we'll be working on, what that increase goes towards. Obviously, the big thing is the comprehensive plan update. Tomorrow, we're voting on the goals and objectives, the full planning commission, so you'll be receiving those sometime in June for adoption. I'm sure we'll be coming over to the city to present those to the city council, as well as actually the elements, which are the chapters of the plan itself, and we'll be working on that the rest of the calendar year. So we hope to adopt it by the end of the year, early 2025, and then move on to other projects that are listed in the packet. Also, we are updating our aerial photography. I'm sure a lot of departments use that of the city. We fly the county. We have a contract currently with Nearmap that flies the city as well as most of the county twice a year, both in the fall and the spring. And then we're also going to try to take advantage of some of the state flyover. There's some oblique photography that, again, we'll be able to acquire and then provide that to the city. So there's a lot going on. And, you know, in a county that's still changing, that's still growing to some extent, contrary to what you hear, what you see, you see a lot of construction going on. And, you know, today we actually met with the school district talking about a new elementary school near Bailey Shannon. And so there's the elementary school is, you know, the two schools, Man as well as Long Branch, are full, and there's no room to expand. So we're working with them on a potential new school there, as well as redistricting, which typically we help them with. So I'll stop here. We are changing our whole website. We're going to make it more user-friendly, more to navigate it, a lot easier. You know, this will be our fourth
Coordinator. The purpose of ordinance 09-2024 relating to its personnel policies, job descriptions, and authorized positions and the pay plan is to include an updated and revised job description for the Human Resources Coordinator for the city. In all other respects, the current ordinance relating to personnel policies, job descriptions, authorized positions, and pay plan shall remain the same. The full text of ordinance 09-2024, including its exhibits, is available for examination in the office of the city clerk of the city of Florence, Kentucky, 8100 Ewing Boulevard during regular office hours. Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Mr. Carroll?
Second.
Second, Ms. Wingo. Any discussion? This is a second reading.
Can I ask a question real quick? Do you have the description in front of you?
It was in their packets.
I think it was in there. So, yeah.
It was
in the
last week,
previous
so
one.
yeah, we don't copy it again. Do you have one?
Will this person be handling personnel problems? Okay. That was all.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Carroll.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen. Ms. Wingo.
Yes.
Mr. Osborne.
Yes.
Mayor, motion passes 5-0.
Next is a first reading of ordinance 010-2024. It's an ordinance adopting and approving a change of concept development plan and a commercial 2 plan development, Houston Donaldson Study Corridor, that's a C2 PD HGO district, for an approximate 10.3 acre site located at 4999 Houston Road, Florence, Kentucky, to allow a portion of the existing building to be used for office, retail, recreation, or warehousing and distribution uses. This is Turfway Commons. The effect of this ordinance is to allow a portion of the existing building to be used for office, retail, recreation, or warehousing and distribution uses on an approximate 10.3 acre site in a commercial 2 plan development, Houston Donaldson Study Corridor C2 PD HDO district. The full text of ordinance 010-2024, including its exhibits, is available for examination in the office of the city clerk of the city of Florence, Kentucky, 8100 Ewing Boulevard during regular office hours. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Nguyen?
Second.
Second, Mr. Osborne. We did discuss this. Planning and Zoning Committee did meet with regard to this. They did recommend approval, no additional public hearing or conditions. Do you have anything else that you need to add? Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Carroll.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Ms. Wingo.
Yes.
Mr. Osborne.
Yes.
Mayor, motion passes 5-0.
For the mayor's report, just a reminder, Public Services Department Night Out will be held next Tuesday, May 21st at the Florence Mall parking lot from 4 to 6:30. It is a good time. Lots of vehicles there, lots of things that kids can climb up on and toot the horn. So we're excited for that. Memorial Day Parade will be held Monday, May 27th. It will begin at Boone County High School at 10 a.m. If you're in the parade, you need to be there before 9 a.m. It will end at the Florence Government Center, and then we will have our Memorial Day ceremony following the parade. If you need more information, contact 859-647-8177. The Florence Aquatic Center will open on Saturday, May 25th. Cannot wait. Our hours of operation will be 11 to 7. Last year, me and Linda froze to death, I think, on opening day. This year, we're hoping for good weather. City offices will be closed on Monday, May 27th, in observance of Memorial Day. So we do have our pool open that weekend, but offices will be closed on Memorial Day. Our first community photo contest will take place from June 3rd to June 10th. The contest is open to everyone, regardless of residency. The only requirement is the photo must be taken within the city. Full details are on our website, and winners will be announced and featured on the website florence-ky.gov and social media platforms. They'll also be displayed at our Art and Vendor Festival on July 20th, and we'll recognize the winners of each of those photos. Join us for Movies in the Park on Fridays in June at Florence Nature Park. This was Ms. Chambers' idea, so we're running with it this year. Movies and popcorn are free. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and the first movie is going to be Barbie on June 14th, Wonka on June 21st, and Super Mario Brothers on June 28th. So mark your calendars. We will host a mini golf tournament on June 22nd from 4:30 to 7 at the World of Golf. For more information, you can contact Gianna at 859-647-5441. Is there anyone on council that desires recognition?
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
So, as the mayor said, the pool is getting ready to open, so I just wanted to say thank you to everyone on council for being on board with it, for Mr. Hall for all his hard work, and for Ms. Chapman for everything that she's done to help make sure it's open. And also thank you to the residents who've bought memberships, and thank you for your patience with a few complications with the purchasing process, and just looking forward to a great season.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any department heads? Anyone in the audience? All right, if not, then we do have a need for a closed session. And it is under KRS 61.8101B. It's acquisition sale of real property where publicity would likely affect the value of the property to be acquired for public use or to be sold by the city. Is there a motion to approve? Mr. Nguyen? Second, Mr. Carroll. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We will return to this room to adjourn. We do not anticipate any further business after closed session. And Mr. Townsend, would it be okay if we take a picture?